Hi everyone, welcome to the English to Takeaway podcast, episode 29. I am Richard, also known as the Grammar Goat on social media. As you probably know, I'm an English teacher and a content creator. Really delighted to introduce my co-host, as always, the amazing Jordan.
Thank you very much. Wow. The amazing. My name is Jordan. I am also a content creator and a teacher online. You may know me through some of my social media posts, English Lingo or Jordan Page Teacher. Couple of different usernames that I go by. But yes, we are nearing to that 30 mark. Not far away now. That's a nice milestone that we're going to hit very soon.
Absolutely, I'm just laughing to myself. It's sad, isn't it, when you laugh at something that you've said. I'm just laughing like the amazing Jordan. It made you sound like a magician, like coming out on stage with a hat and a cloak, and I don't know. But yeah, come on, it's amazing, isn't it, that we're nearly at 30
Yes,
episodes. I'm really proud of that, and I think we are amazing. We're doing the podcast as we do. Come on, we
I
need
agree.
to
Yeah,
give ourselves some credit. I think we are amazing.
100%. Yeah, 100%. Totally understand that. And I think that what what we've done and how we've grown over this past year, because it's nearly a year, right? Since
Yep.
we started it, it's been an amazing journey. We've come from not knowing what we're doing or not really been in this kind of situation before to now we're nearing 30 episodes in, and it feels comfortable and easy and really enjoyable to do. So yeah, I think it's amazing. It's a great journey that we've had already.
Yeah, because if you think about it, like episode number one, we hardly knew each other, did we? We didn't
Mm,
really know each other at all, and now, we're very good friends. We know a lot about each other, um,
absolutely.
and
Yeah,
it's just it's been a great journey, I think. So,
100.
yeah, nearly at number 30. Can't believe it. It's brilliant.
I know. And I have to I've got to ask, you know, this past week, have you thought about renting a granny by any chance?
So I'll be honest, Jordan. I sort of put it out of my mind. I was quite disturbed by last week's episode, and I decided to sort of put that in a box and sort of bury it at the back of my mind. So I haven't yet investigated renting a granny, but I may well do so. But I think the kinds of websites that are going to pop up possibly are not going to be too
Yeah,
favourable.
just be careful with those ones. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
For any of those that are not familiar with what we are talking about, if you go back to episode number 28,
Mm.
there is a very funny and interesting story that we discussed, and it's all about renting grannies to help with loneliness or help with child minding, cooking, etc. Check it out. It's really funny, and as Richard said, it's a little bit crazy, I think, and in some ways, it's not particularly the right phrasing to say rent a granny either. But yeah, check it
I
out.
was going,
It's fun.
yeah. I was going to say, I think you've just dug the hole that you're in even deeper by saying rent a granny due to loneliness. You're still digging. You're still digging deeper there. Let's move on, I
Trying
reckon.
to climb out.
Yeah, exactly. Jordan, what have you been up to this week? Have you been up to much?
um, no, not really. Just focusing mostly on my, I would say, getting Sophia ready for school and trying to get
Mm.
her to um, get into a routine and everything, because it's all new for her. It's waking up early, it's doing her classes and everything, and then coming home and sorting everything out when she gets home, etc. So yeah, it's been basically trying to get her into a regular routine of things and getting her up to speed with what she needs to be doing. But yeah, it's been good. She's getting the hang of it, and I think this week she'll be focused a lot more, and she'll be able to, you know, do a lot more in terms of coming home and doing her homework and things like that. So yeah, I think it's a learning curve. It's a learning curve. Yeah. How about yourself? What have you been doing this week?
Well, I was just going to quickly
Oh,
ask
go
you,
ahead.
what's the school run like? Because obviously, I would imagine that the school run for me in where I am in the UK is probably very different to the school run where you are in the Philippines. So yeah, what's the school run like for you guys?
School runs really, really easy. I would say. We've got to get her to school most of the time at around 8:15. So the roads aren't so busy. They're not mental. So pretty good, and it's only 10 minutes up the road, so it's not too bad. Yeah, so it only takes about 10 minutes to get there. Generally, yeah, the roads are pretty good actually, so no complaints at the moment, which is good.
Oh, that's very good. So it's a 10-minute drive, no traffic particularly.
Not really, no, no. There are some cars on the road, but you're not gonna really get like long traffic jams or anything like that. So yeah, we're quite lucky in that sense. How about yourself? How long does it take for you guys to get to school when you have to?
Yeah, I mean it's a bit of a nightmare at the moment in terms of traffic where I live. So it without traffic it's a 15-minute drive, but with traffic it's about an hour and a half. So
Ah,
it's yeah, it's a bit of a horrendous journey at the moment, which is why I asked because I imagined your journey with palm trees and sunshine and not much traffic and me sitting in my car for hours with the rain pouring down. So I guess you're really lucky, Jordan, with that.
yeah,
Have you met any of the other parents as you drop her off from school? Because
yeah,
that's another phenomenon, isn't it? When your kids are at school, that you have the playground parent conversations and things like that.
absolutely. But I think it's really quite different here. It's really interesting because majority of the parents are, well, foreign. I would say at least, of course, some are all foreign. So mum and dad are from England, for example, or at least one parent is foreign and one parent might be Filipino. So yeah, it's great to actually meet other people in a similar situation, living in a foreign country. So we get to share a lot of similarities, which is really nice, and to have that kind of connection with like-minded people is really cool, actually. So yeah, I've met a lot of the parents, and they've been really sound. I like that word.
I'll
they've
write
been
it down.
they've been really nice, actually. So yeah, we've certainly got a good group there, actually. So it's really nice.
Oh, that's very nice. That's really important. So you're probably going to pick up a whole new sort of social group there, aren't you? A whole new friendship group there, which is brilliant.
Yeah, well, I think it's kind of natural, isn't it, when your children play with other kids, you kind of form that that circle of friends as well, don't you? So because most people want their kids to play and have fun with others, um, so it's just a natural thing that I think some of the parents get together as well. So yeah, for me, I'm more than happy that we've got a few people who are similar and like-minded as well. So it's yeah, it's a good situation for all of us.
Oh, it's really nice. Very nice. Great to hear. I'm really
Ah,
pleased that
thank
Sophia's
you.
settling into her new school. It's brilliant.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
How about
brilliant.
yourself? How was your week?
Yeah, it's been fine, thanks. Haven't been up to much. Had a couple of meals out, which was quite unusual actually, because we don't often eat out. But had one very, very good meal out and one very, very bad meal out.
Oh
So
no.
which one do you want me to tell you about first?
Tell me about the good one.
Okay, so the good one went to Nando's, one of our favourites, and it was really cool actually because we got in there quite late, and they were sort of about not about to close, but they were near closing time, and we got lots of free food. So
Cool.
I ordered for my son like one like chicken wrap thing, and he also got they gave him like free sides with it, so chips and broccoli. So it was amazing. So free food in one of the restaurants.
Nice.
The other restaurant was, do you know Wagamama? Have you eaten in
Yes.
Wagamama?
Yes, I know Wagamamas. Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so Wagamama, I'm not too keen on Wagamama in that they bring the food out at different times.
Ah, I
I don't
don't
know if
like
you
that.
knew this about Wagamama. So like one person can get their food immediately
Mm,
and then has finished by the time the other person gets their
mm,
food, which is just a bit weird. I don't like that, and also it's quite claustrophobic in there. The
uh,
tables are always very very
yeah.
close to each other. But anyway, we went to Wagamama and ordered this kind of rice bowl
Hmm.
thing with some beef, and the portion of beef was minuscule. It was so tiny and it cost a lot of money. It was about 15 quid, I think. So I I was not happy with that. I didn't complain. I didn't say anything, but I wasn't happy.
Yeah.
So yeah, one really good meal and one not so good meal
I
this week.
I can't stand food being brought out like miles apart from each other. I don't mind it if they're bringing the food out and it's a couple of minutes different, something like that. That's cool, no problem. But if you're too far apart, and as you said, like someone's finished before someone else's food has arrived, I find that terrible service. That's really, really bad. And yeah, I'm the same. I hate that. I really, really hate it. It's horrible.
It is, but I still did the very British thing of when the waitress came round and asked if everything was okay. Of course, I said, "Yeah, it's perfect. Lovely," and gave her a big tip as well at the end. Brilliant. Such a British thing to do, isn't it?
uh, it's yeah. You think to yourself inside, right? I'm going to say it's not good. I don't like it. And then when they come round, is it okay? Yeah, no problem. It's great. Thanks very much.
I know it's ridiculous, isn't it, that we do that in Britain? Is there much of a complaining culture in the Philippines? So if you get a meal in a restaurant and you're not happy with it, would you send it back? Would you complain, or would you just get on with it and eat it?
I think the only time that I have asked for it to be taken back is when it's like it feels like it's cold. It's gone cold. So if you order, let's say for example, ribs, you order your ribs, and you know they're not hot anymore. They're not warm at all. So that's the only thing that I've sent back. And even in some occasions where it's not really hot but it's warm, I've just kind of gone, I can't be bothered to send it back. I'll eat it as it is. But yeah, that in that situation is probably the one for me that I send it back. But for Filipinos, I don't think they complain very much. To be honest, they're really quite cool, relaxed people, and they don't complain about stuff like that so much. Yeah, it's I think in their culture, I think it's just accepted. So they're not too fussed by it, which is good.
Yeah, I regret not complaining. I should have complained because I'm sure with my with my dish that something had gone wrong with the portion of beef. It was literally like a teaspoon of beef that had been left in my bowl, and sort of like a forest of green salad. It was yeah. But I'm too British.
Do you reckon the waitress was munching on the way to the table, like, oh, it's nice.
Probably, yeah, probably, or they ran out, and it was like the scrapings at the at the bottom of the barrel. Um,
Oh, that's
but
crazy.
actually, Jordan, this leads me quite nicely into my
Okay.
news story this week. Actually, restaurants and meals. So I saw this article online. I think it was on Instagram, and
Yeah.
I was quite surprised by it. This middle-aged guy actually who have you heard of the phenomenon of dine and dash or dine and ditch?
Is that where they eat and run?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so dine and dash or dine and ditch is quite a phenomenon, I think, where yeah, you have a meal in a restaurant and you leg it,
Yeah.
you you run away and you don't pay. So this middle-aged guy, he took this to a new extreme. He would go to a restaurant, order like an expensive meal,
Right.
so lobster, oysters,
Yeah.
steak, order probably expensive wine as well, whiskies, things like that. And then in the middle of the meal, he would fake having a heart attack and he would collapse to the floor, holding his chest. Obviously, the restaurant would call the emergency services, and an ambulance would come,
Yeah.
get him, take him away, wheel him away to the hospital where he'd be fine, but he wouldn't have to pay for the meal. And I think
Wow.
he did it over 20 times. He got away with it, and then eventually he was caught, and I think he's been jailed for it for I'm not sure how many days. I think 40
Wow.
days or 60 days in jail, something like that,
That's
in prison.
incredible.
It's a
That's
pretty mad
incredible.
story, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's incredible. Wow. Uh I can't, yeah, that I can understand as a joke, something like that might be, quite a funny thing, but to consistently do it, my gosh, that is some scam that he had going on.
No, absolutely, absolutely, and also the nerve to be able to do that with
Yeah,
people around you in a restaurant.
yeah, yeah.
It's awful, really, isn't it, that he would do that? It's terrible. So yeah,
Crazy.
but it just caught my eye, the story. I was going to ask you, have you ever? Because obviously these restaurants, they were scammed
Yeah.
by him,
Have,
weren't they?
have
He's the
I ever
scammer.
have I ever run away? You mean?
I'm no, I'm pretty sure you've never dined and ditched, or have you? I don't know,
No,
Jordan. I'm
definitely
not sure.
not.
No, no, no. I wasn't going to ask you that, but I was just going to ask you, like, have you ever been the victim of a scam like this? Like the restaurants were the victim of his scam.
Hmm.
Have you ever been the victim of a scam in any way?
I think the only ones really are probably quite similar to a lot of people is taxis in other countries. They take advantage of tourists and go the long way round and things like that. I think that's definitely the one that sticks in my mind. But as for food or anything like that, no, I don't think we've ever been sort of scammed in that way. So
Sure.
yeah, but this brings back an interesting memory actually because uh, the harvester in England.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I do.
okay. I used to work at a harvester actually.
Oh, cool.
So there was this guy, speedway rider. So he earned quite a decent amount of money, and he was eating at the Harvester, and he did exactly what you just said. He ate it and legged it, and you're thinking, people know you, people know how much, roughly how much money you make. You're not making minimum wage being a speedway rider, but you're not making Premier League football wages, of course, but you're making more than most people. But you leg it. It was
Why did he
insane.
do that? That's weird.
I heard. I don't know how true this is. I heard he had a habit of doing it. It was something that he did. Whether it's the adrenaline of doing it, I don't know. But yeah, weird, very very weird. How it's happened. So yeah, crazy stuff.
It is weird. It is weird, isn't it? Dine and ditch. They go back in the old days then, before the social media phenomenon of dine and
Yeah.
ditch. It still went on.
How? But if you, I'm not saying that you would do it, but I mean, you it would weigh on my mind. It wouldn't. Don't you feel like if you walked out of a restaurant and didn't pay, would it weigh heavily on you, like thinking about that all the time?
Yeah, of course it would. I believe in karma. I'm a
Yeah,
believer in karma. So I think if I did do that for whatever reason, then like karma would come back and yeah, I would never do it. It's just dishonest, isn't it? And you've obviously by paying the restaurant for your meal, you're paying the wages of the
yeah.
waiting staff and the chefs, and so yeah, very irresponsible to do that, especially like the speedway rider guy who's obviously that's just weird, isn't it?
It
Yeah, it's
is.
just strange story. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just something that you wouldn't expect. I would never expect somebody to do it. So yeah, I think maybe the answer is to, I don't know. It's to not have an easy route out.
Guess so, yeah.
Not a straight shot for the door. You can, you maybe put a few tables in the way so that they can't run away quickly.
No, exactly. What did you do in the Harvester, by the way? Just as an aside, like what
Oh,
was your job there?
I was the barman. I used to pull the pints.
Oh, nice. How many years did you do that for?
Oh, now that was probably a couple of years. Yeah, not yeah, it wasn't for too long. It was yeah, maybe it was just over maybe a year or a couple of years. I can't really remember now, but yeah, it was a good little job. I enjoyed it. It was very sociable, and you got to meet some characters as well. So that was quite fun. But yeah, it was a decent little job at the time. So yeah, I enjoyed it. Really, really fun.
Were you a good barman? Did you have to make cocktails and exotic drinks like that, or
Actually, in another job that I had, yes, I was a cocktail barman, and yes, I
wow?
did have to make cocktails, but in the Harvester, not really.
Sure, sure. I was I was once a barman in a Cafe Rouge,
Oh,
which is
cool.
like a popular chain, isn't it, of sort of restaurant
Yeah.
cafe bars. But I was absolutely awful. I think I lasted two shifts, and then I got demoted to the kitchen to wash up because I was so bad. Like when you baristas when they heat up the milk with
Yes. Hmm.
the little pipe thing.
Yep.
I'd use that, and every time it would just explode. The milk would explode in my face. I would send out cold hot chocolates, cold coffees, because I just
Wow.
couldn't do it. It was like I was just awful,
Yeah.
absolutely awful. So I'm well impressed that you were like a proper cocktail
Yeah.
barman. That's amazing. That's awesome. Wow.
It was great fun. It was really really good fun. It was fun to learn to make the cocktails. It was It was a fun environment as well, and again, you got to meet some really fun, interesting characters, and that's that's what it was all about. It was about sort of just socializing and enjoying the work as well at the same time. It was hectic, my god! Like on Friday, Saturday nights, wow, it was really, really rammed, and we had to, had to work a lot. But it was great fun, really, really good fun.
Yeah, nice. Excellent. No, that's something, yeah, something I didn't know about you. That's really cool.
There we go. Yes.
What news story, Jordan, did you have this week?
So mine is also um, food related, actually,
Hmm.
and but it's not a meal. It's not anything like that. It's about the modest banana. Are you a fan of bananas, by the way?
I'll eat a banana. Don't
Yeah.
mind a banana. Sure.
Okay. Cool. So this is basically talking about why athletes, and especially athletes like tennis players and of course runners, etc., why they eat bananas. And apparently, one benefit of a banana straight away is it's a good source of carbohydrates for the energy, of course.
Hmm.
And an average banana has about 27 grams of carbohydrates, um, which you can turn into energy. Apparently, an interesting fact here is if you eat an overripe banana, it will give you the energy quicker. So the breakdown is much easier if you eat an overripe one. But yeah, that was an interesting point as well. And another one is that potassium inside a banana is very good for your muscles. You can keep your muscles healthy by having a good intake of potassium as well. Um, and it also found that bananas were a good source of food for keeping inflammation down. So if you put your body under a lot of stress, a lot of strain, there are some times where you get inflamed joints, inflamed muscles. Bananas apparently reduce the risk of inflammation as well. So yeah, today I went with a bit more of a scientific story than usual. So I thought, yeah, it was an interesting one. And yeah, do you take anything when you go to the gym? I know we talked about previously using your pre-workout that you used to do, used to use, but how about now? Do you have anything to keep your energy up while you're at the gym?
No, that's a great question. So my son's really, really into supplements
Okay.
and taking supplements. I'm not now, to be honest. I think I probably should be, but I'm just not. But yeah, for in terms of energy, I guess just a regular. I'm just a regular coffee drinker, so I'll
Okay.
just have, I'll just have a couple of coffees to wake me up sometimes before the gym.
Fair enough.
But yeah, my sons are really into nutrition and supplements, and
Cool.
they take calcium, they take boron, they take all of these different tablets and things to help naturally, like boost their energy and
Cool.
yeah, because my eldest son obviously is a medical student,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
he's quite into all of that.
Does,
And
does he take the supplement creatine?
he has taken creatine. I
Uh-huh.
don't think he's on it at the moment,
Okay.
but he has taken creatine. I also took creatine when I was in my 20s, I think, training.
Okay.
So yeah, he goes through phases, I think, of taking creatine.
Yeah,
Um,
I've heard
yeah,
that it's
what a
very
yeah.
good. I heard that creatine is really good for the brain as well, which I had no idea about. But yeah, I've heard that creatine is actually very, very good for our bodies.
I actually didn't know about the brain
Mm.
side of it. That's interesting to hear. Yeah, I mean, in my house now, we are, I think, really healthy. Like, we don't eat a lot of sugar.
Okay.
We buy like dark chocolate, like the 90%
Oh wow.
chocolate that
Yeah,
we
yeah,
have
yeah.
if we fancy chocolate. And through my sons, really, both of them, they're really like health driven, and through they're really into nutrition. We've become quite a healthy household. But it's good
Nice.
to hear about the bananas, because there's a very cool photo of you that you sometimes post on your social media holding a huge
Bunch of
bunch of
bananas.
bananas that literally looks like you've just pulled it from a tree in your garden. So, have you got banana trees in your garden?
Yeah, so we got banana trees in these gardens here nearby, but those ones that you saw in on the photo is that they are from our farm, which is about a couple of hours away. We've got, I don't know, I don't want to speculate now how many banana trees we've got. We've got loads of banana trees and different varieties of banana as well. So um, those are from up there, and yeah, I can honestly say that the taste between bananas that you get that are fresh and bananas that are imported, it's night and day. It really, really is. I really can't explain how the taste is so much more different here because it's fresh and it's not been on a ship for ages. So it's really good. Yeah, the bananas are absolutely gorgeous here. I like them.
Oh, cool. Well, thanks for bringing that story. That was a very interesting story, and I
Yeah.
will, yeah, I'll definitely start eating more bananas, I think, after hearing that. Um, should we get into the language part, Jordan? Should we do a bit of teaching now?
Absolutely. Why not? Let's go
Yeah.
for it.
Well, how about I start off?
Yes.
It's not one that was in the episode, but I think it's quite a cool one. To go bananas, which is
Okay.
quite a nice
Yeah.
idiom, isn't it? So if you go bananas, you go crazy.
Yes.
I don't know. He can you give me an example sentence with go
I
bananas? I can't
can.
really think of one.
Uh,
Go
Lots of celebrities are going bananas over Labubus.
on. There you go. Yeah. Perfect. Lola Boo Boos. I forgot about the Boo Boos from last week's episode. Was weird, wasn't it? With Rent a Granny and the Boo Boos. Probably the weirdest one ever. This week's been very conservative, hasn't it?
Yes.
I'm not sure whether that was a conscious choice on our part not to get cancelled, um, but anyway, yeah, great example. Thank you,
Yes.
Jordan. Yeah, go bananas. Go crazy.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Um,
The one that was interesting for me, the first one that you had, was talking about the school run. You mentioned how is the school run, and basically this means taking your kids from home to school. We call it the school run. Uh, is it difficult? Does it take long? It, is there a lot of traffic basically? Do you have to leave half an hour earlier than usual? So that's called the school run, and basically it just means going from your house to the school or from the school back home. But yes, that's a really nice way to describe traveling between home and school.
Great. The next one I've got, talking about I think it was about the school run again, actually,
Okay.
in the journey. So when you talk about a short journey, you can say, or any journey, actually, you can say the journey takes 10 minutes or the journey takes an hour.
Hmm.
You used a really nice expression that I think we use for short journeys, and you said the school is 10 minutes up the road.
Yeah.
So up
Yeah.
up the road we would use, I think, for a short distance, and it's a nice alternative, isn't it, to
Yeah.
the journey takes or it takes. So the restaurant is 5 minutes up the road, My parents live 20 minutes up the road.
Yeah.
Nice expression, Jordan, that you used.
I think also as well we can use up and down. Both are fine, right? We can say, "Oh, it's just down the road," like meaning again, it's not too far away. So yeah, when you hear those phrases, it usually means a short distance, of course. Yeah,
Perfect.
good. This one was great. You mentioned it's a nightmare, or it was a nightmare, and these things are great to use. This phrase is great to use when something doesn't go as planned, or you figure out that something has gone wrong. You can say it's a nightmare or it was a nightmare. Um, Often people talk about journeys, travel, they talk about holidays, hotels, restaurants, of course. When describing a negative basically experience that you had, we can say it was a nightmare. So yes, we can use those ones to describe a negative experience in that way.
Great. Okay, next one, an adjective.
Okay.
Quite a strange use of this word, sound. So students probably know the word as a noun, a
Yes.
sound. I heard a sound in the middle of the night, but using it as an adjective,
Hmm.
incredible. So very British English, I would say.
Yes.
Almost from the 80s or maybe the 90s, 90s English, would you say? That's
Probably.
maybe where it started.
Yeah.
But if someone is sound, so he's sound, he's a sound bloke.
Yeah.
It just means a nice guy, someone
Yeah.
that you could be friends with.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. And maybe it's a little bit more northern.
Yes, I
I
agree.
think yes, probably in when you look at England or look at the UK, uh, in the north part of the country, this is where sound came from as an adjective. So yeah, it was great, very fun one to use.
It
Uh,
is.
I loved how you described your portion size of beef. It was minuscule. It's, um, to add a lot of emphasis on something being small, minuscule is a great word to use. Fantastic in IELTS and things like that. If you
Mm.
want to really express that something was small, tiny. Yeah, the word minuscule is a fantastic adjective to use there.
I'm still angry about that. I'm still annoyed about that. Okay, the speedway racer in the restaurants in
Yes.
the Harvester where you were pulling pints as a barman, he legged it.
Okay. Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think we've had it before, but I really like it to leg it, to run away.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. Um, and well, uh, I think the one that we need to include on this one is the phrase "dine and dash."
Yes.
Right? Of course, this is a phrase that's come up on social media. It's become quite popular. But dine and dash just means to eat and run away, to leg it as well. So if you hear the phrase dine and dash, that's exactly what it means. It means to eat something at a restaurant and then not pay and run away. Yeah, that's a good one to include as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, last one from me. Yeah, you used a really great adjective to describe the bar where you
Okay.
used to work. I think it must have been the cocktail bar. It was very, very busy, lots and lots of people. And you said the bar on a Friday and on a Saturday night was rammed. So if a place is rammed,
Yes.
imagine it's just people everywhere. You can't move. You
No.
can hardly get through to the bar. Rammed.
Absolutely.
Great adjective, Jordan.
And then the one I wanted to include was another one I think that I used towards the end just to describe something that is very different from another. We can say night and day. It was night and day. So there was a change. It was very different from the previous version. So you could say it about your computer. My computer was really, really bad, but I got it fixed, and it's night and day. It's amazing now. It's great. So yeah, night and day just means that something is very different to another option or a previous one as well. So yeah, that's a good one to use too.
Lovely. Okay, let me recap.
Go
So
ahead.
we had to go bananas. I couldn't think of an example, but my dog sometimes goes bananas. She'll
Yeah.
just start sprinting around the garden for no reason at all. So to go a bit crazy.
Yeah.
The school run,
Hmm.
up the road or down the road for a
Hmm.
short journey. A nightmare.
Yes.
Sound as an adjective.
Yeah.
She's sound, he's sound, they're sound. Minuscule. Leggett.
Hmm.
Dine and dash. Rammed. And it was night and day for
Nice.
two contrasting things.
Yes.
Amazing. Great list of vocab there, Jordan.
Incredible, actually. Yeah. Like when you look at the adjectives in there, some really, really fantastic adjectives for people who are looking to improve their vocabulary when they need to describe things. Yes, it's okay to use simple vocabulary, no problem. But again, if you're looking to improve IELTS bands, things like that, these are the words that you need to be practicing and need to be including so that you can get to those higher bands, of course. So, yeah, some fantastic words and phrases.
Absolutely, and naturally used as well, because the cool thing about our podcast is nothing scripted. We come to the podcast, well, me after just waking up often, and we have a news story, don't we? But that's it.
Yeah,
We don't prepare what we talk about. So all of the vocabulary that you've heard and learnt today in the episode has just arisen naturally in the conversation. So it's very, very natural English. Lots of
absolutely.
British English today, and Northern expression with
Yeah,
sound as well. So yeah, great, really, really enjoyed it.
absolutely.
Um, plans for the rest of the day? What are you up to?
I got a lesson in just a moment, and then probably if my daughter comes back home uh, in an hour or so, we'll probably go snorkeling in the sea.
Oh wow.
Just for a half an hour or so. That's all. How about yourself? What are you planning for the rest of the day?
Yeah, probably just unfortunately not snorkeling. I think just some housework, tidying up the house, some editing, maybe go for a coffee.
Cool.
Yeah, so well, I hope you have a lovely time snorkeling and
Thank you.
enjoy the rest of of your Sunday, Jordan. And
Absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah. Oh, and if you do have any questions, don't forget to email us at English to takeaway pod at gmail.com. Any news stories, questions, anything you want to ask us or to give us to discuss on the pod, please do. Yeah, it's welcomed, so we can include it in the pod at some point. But yeah, otherwise, on to episode 30, which is next.
nice, exciting. Yeah, great. Can't wait. All right.
All
Cheers,
right.
Jordan. Take
Take care,
care.
mate.
Bye,
See you
mate.
soon. Bye.
Bye.